on her food stamps not being available and needing it for her kids.
I need to know what's going on. I got 9 kids to feed, 9 babies. And I want to know why they ain't put my food stuff on their card. I done been waiting, I done did my application. And I got 3 handicapped babies. I need to know why my food stamps ain't on my card. This ain't fair, I don't care about no shutdown or none of that. But I've been calm, I've been calling, everybody ignoring me. I've been here 3, 4, 5 times. I want to know why ain't my food stamps on my card.
Now, others who receive food stamps would take to social media and aired out their frustrations.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking over carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff.
It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability check is on hold.
Why would you take away these people benefits? We literally just had to go home because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart bum rushing, stealing, like filling up buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off my food stamps. Y'all, this shit is crazy. Like, I think y'all are getting y'all food stamps in November, or maybe some of y'all is not, but like they literally just had to like do emergency evacuation at our store because everybody came in going crazy over like food for their kids and shit.
When it comes to some who don't receive food stamps, they will also offer their own perspective about the whole situation and food stamp shutdown. One man would point out how even those who don't receive food stamps will be affected, as he noted that there will be a chain reaction to those who supply food, like grocery stores, butchers, and farmers.
But just think about how big of a freaking disaster it's going to be on our economy, man. All it's going to take is just 1 month of people not getting their food stamps, and watch what happens in those grocery stores. Those meat prices is going to drop.
Now, outside of those who empathize for those who may lose their food stamps next month, some appear to not be so concerned, as one woman on X would write, an unpopular opinion that should be popular. If you can afford $100 nails, $100 fake lashes, and $200 hair extensions and the newest iPhone, then your food stamps need to be taken away. Now, unfortunately, this comment may mislead who food stamps impacts the most by mentioning extensions and fake lashes. According to the FRAC, white Americans make up 37% of food stamp participants, while black Americans make up 26%, followed by Hispanic Americans at 16%.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is now, when it comes to the welfare recipient mindset, it's not a color. Right? Martin Luther King succeeded. Now ignorance is not based on a color. The only reason you would think that that message is falling on the wrong ears is if you think that being black is synonymous with being a welfare recipient. And honestly, it's not. It's not. So, it fell on the wrong ears because more white women get food stamps than black. The thing is, you got ignorant ass white folks too, who out here getting fake nails, paying for their nails with food stamps. I mean, there's really not a lot of difference in the behavior of poor white America and poor black America, right? But let me tell you what's the craziest work. Let me tell you what's the craziest work. Black people and the liberals who disempower them would argue that crime and violence is a unavoidable characteristic of poverty, right? But if there's more white people than black people receiving welfare and food stamps, that would mean that they're in poverty, living in middle America, down in Podunk. Why is the crime always higher in the black poverty zones than the white poverty zones? See, when you really start looking at the things that we've been taught or programmed to believe, and then you have a moment like this where the rubber meets the road, where people have to face reality, it really makes you start calling into question much of what you've been taught. And I really believe that moments like these are necessary to get people to snap out of fantasy and into reality, even if it's just for 1 month or a couple of weeks. People say, "Oh, poverty is a cause of crime." Now, when you cut the food stamps and then they go steal, I would say that is a crime that is rooted in poverty. But even when the food stamps are on, these people are gunning each other down in the street like dogs. Even when the food stamps are on, these people are going around flocking people's houses and doing home invasions and shooting each other up, gunning for the ops. Somebody is lying. Because when the food stamps is cracking, they killing. And when the food stamps get cut off, they stealing. But no one is saying, "Hey, my food stamps got cut off, so now I'm ready to go kill." When when you have no food, the natural reaction is to go get some food, even if you have to steal it. But you can't tell me that being broke is making somebody pick up a switch and go gun down people who look just like them. I'm just keeping it real.
Now, this recent announcement looks to be coming at an unfortunate time, as Thanksgiving, known as an event that highlights food and family, is taking place next month. According to reports, the only way to prevent this food stamp shutdown is if the government shutdown ends or the Trump administration figures out where to find the money to feed these 42 million people. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Do you think the government needs to make food stamps a priority over other issues, or do you agree with the Democrats' move to reinforce Obamacare and Medicaid? Save the day for the latest news and comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. And if you enjoy content like this, check out hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full interviews and more original content.
See, what's crazy is a lot of black people will go to sources like this, and this will be their main source for information about what's going on. And it makes it very clear why many black people walk around totally ignorant to the details of, the different things that are going on. Even the way bro worded that made it seem like it's Donald Trump's fault that the government is shut down and that you're not going to get food stamps. When if you watch this channel, you learned last night, the Democrats are the ones withholding your food stamps for you because they refuse to vote on the CR, which stands for continuing resolution. It's not even a permanent bill. They refuse to vote on what is basically a temporary bill that allows the government to continue to be funded while they work out the details of permanent bills. Let that sink in. The Democrat Party knows that the CR is just a temporary bill so that the government can continue to be funded. But they keep arguing, well, we're not going to vote to fund the government until the Republicans agree to this. Well, there's no one saying the Republicans won't agree to your demands. But in the meantime, while you guys negotiate, you need to vote in a continuing resolution so the government workers can get paid and so that the welfare queens and kings, we was kings and shit, they can continue to receive their government entitlements. The Democrats know all this. But like I say, every video, their only skill is exploiting your ignorance. Their only skill is exploiting your ignorance, exploiting the fact that too many of us refuse to go do research, refuse to get a political education, refuse to learn how this country works. There's no way in hell I'm going to be receiving SNAP benefits and I don't know where they're coming from. And I don't know what systems are in place or bills or legislation is in place that allows me to keep receiving that. Right? It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But I want to play this now.
States are warning struggling Americans who rely on food stamps to pay for groceries that they may miss out on benefits come November. It comes after the USDA sent out letters saying that if the lapse in appropriations continues, there will be insufficient funds to pay full benefits next month. That would leave roughly 1 in 8 people in the U.S. without food assistance, according to the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. Ellen May, currently furloughed from her job at the USDA Food and Nutrition Service, is also a chapter president, representing her coworkers at the Northeast Regional Office. Ellen, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
The impact of the shutdown on SNAP benefits comes on the heels of President Trump's mega bill. It already cut the program by more than $180 billion over the next 10 years. Can this program cover the needs in our country? What happens to the 42 million Americans if not?
Yeah, and I just want to start off by saying that everything that I'll say today is my personal view. I'm definitely not speaking on behalf of my agency, speaking as a private citizen here. As you said, there's been lots of reports that SNAP benefits might not go out, and there's a lot of uncertainty about how things and people's food needs will be covered if the money goes out. There's really no certainty about if the food banks are going to be enough to cover all of the needs that people will have if their SNAP benefit. If their SNAP EBT cards don't swipe when they go to the grocery store, or if there will be other funds coming in, especially like me as a furloughed worker, we usually know more sitting on the other side, but we really don't know a lot right now since we're all in the furlough.
And the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women, Infants, and Children, that's also known as WIC, is also on the verge of running out of money. It will impact some 7 million low-income mothers, expectant mothers, and children. Are there any resources or emergency measures in place?
So I've seen that the National WIC Association, first at the first half of the month, they announced that the White House had given them extra funding so that people could have WIC benefits in the month of October. And I saw that they released a memo within this past week asking for the White House to take action to do that again. But other than that, there's really no saying if the states will have money to help with benefits keep flowing, or if the people on the program, the pregnant women and their children under the age of 5, will have to turn again to the emergency food system that's already under a lot of strain. One of my members.
Yeah. It is just going to be sob story after sob story. Listen, the whole point of this whole shutdown is showing you one thing. Your state doesn't give a damn about you. These states, these blue states, the states that the Democrats run, they rather give money to illegal immigrants than you. California, the state I'm in, is spending $12.4 billion a year to give illegal immigrants free health care. California has enough money coming in from tax revenue to feed every single person in this state for free for the next 10,000 years. It's never been a matter of there not being enough money. It's always been a matter of how can we take their money and then force them to become a ward of the government. That's what it's all about. And that's why Nasty Nate will be back in action come November. Because all the women who didn't need no man, who could do battle all by themselves. Independent. Do you know what that means? She got her own house. She got her own car. She got her own whoop. She got her own whatever. I choked on the blasphemy. All the women who said they don't need no man. The women who were convinced to marry the government only 5 or 6 decades ago. They are now at a crossroads. Do they double down on women's empowerment and go hit the blade on Figueroa and sell that thing for $40? Or do they lean back into the patriarchy, which, if you ask me, was the greatest form of women's empowerment in the history of mankind? I would say that patriarchy is a greater form of female empowerment than any mechanism for such that was ever built by feminism. Easy work. See, fantasy is what these women want, but reality is what they need. Fantasy, I'm not even going to just say women. Fantasy is what these welfare recipients want, but reality is, in fact, what they need. The Bible say, if you don't work, you don't eat. But imagine living in a world, and this is a universal truth. Even animals have to put in hours in a day so they can eat. But imagine creating an environment in which people not only can eat well without working, but they can afford luxury. They can live in luxury while never reporting to a job or lifting a finger to create something for themselves, a vehicle for earning money. See, at the end of the day, a lot of people I don't think will steal because most of these people aren't even spending what they're getting on food, right? I see a lot of like welfare recipients and they're eating out every day. The welfare money just goes to maybe a few bills or a few luxury items. Some hair from the hair store, from the beauty supply. In some places, you can go get a full set with all the little trinkets and bedazzled nails. You can even get that with food stamps. I saw a video of a guy, he's a nail tech. He says, man, I've been accepting food stamps in exchange for nails for like 5-6 years. Master Lee, 100% crab legs. They'll roll up in the fish market. And you know the fish market got they scam going. You buy, we fry. So they say they selling the fish raw. And then they fry it for you for free. Come on now. All types of little shady ways that these people get over on the government. So they can continue to receive and waste your hard-earned taxpayer dollars. Leave it up to me, they're going to be calling Nate. I need this money, Nate. They're going to be walking around like Stoney on Set It Off. But in my opinion, Nate is an absolute hero. He is the true hero of Set It Off. If you know anything about, put a 1 in the comments if you know anything about Nate Andrews from Set It Off. And after we watch this video, I will explain to you why Nate, a.k.a. Nasty Nate, was the unsung hero of the Set It Off movie.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Hi, fellas. Welcome back to the channel. Women across the country are now crying because the Trump administration is cutting more free rides.
Are we in the month of Thanksgiving? Are you fucking serious? Are we finna riot or what? Because this is taking it too far. It's already been too far, but they have taken it to hell. We're not going to eat. I'd be damned if I pay for a motherfucking turkey with my own motherfucking money. I know my mama better get her stamps on the 15th. If y'all need her name and her number, all of that, I'm telling you, let them stamps not be there. I'm organizing a riot in every city. I'm not playing. And I'm releasing the Epstein files. How about that? Ain't no fucking way. Why would you take food stamps? I'm pissed off.
Food stamp is a welfare program, not a right or entitlement. It's government assistance meant to help people in need, not something that's guaranteed forever. Many people forget that the program can change at any time, depending on policy and budget. The truth is, food stamps were never meant to be a lifestyle. They were designed as temporary support to help people get back on their feet.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off. If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're
It's not the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of our kids, obviously. It's the taxpayer's responsibility to pay for the Department of Child and Family Services to come remove so they can come remove your kids from your custody if you cannot feed them. See, you know what's funny about these women, bro? If you for 1 minute believe that these women are not engaging in like low-level prostitution according to their whim, like when it's convenient for them, you're outside of your mind. Prostitution has become like a normal these days. Instagram, I look at that as a prostitution site. Because all you got to do is jump in somebody's inbox and be like, hey, did it? And then, you know what I'm saying? You say this, she says this, that. But wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. This is what the NFL players do. This is what the basketball players do. They hop in that inbox. They start talking about dollars, and these women getting flued out. But see, it's not really a matter of them not knowing how to get money to feed their children. It's them being angry because now the money that they can get from low-level prostitution or maybe working a little job or doing some under-the-table work, they now will have to use this money to take care of and feed their children. This is not a crisis. This is not something that risks becoming a starvation event. This is not that. This is a bunch of people crying because they are going to be temporarily inconvenienced. That is it. This is a bunch of people crying because they are going to be temporarily inconvenienced. And for a little while, they may not be able to live their ghetto fabulous lifestyle where they enjoy all the luxuries that the rich enjoy while living day to day off of the taxpayer's dime. That's all this is about. But what's worse is you got these people who are just generational welfare recipients. Their mama was on welfare for her whole life. Their granny was on welfare her whole life. Their aunties was on welfare their whole life. And they taught them the game of how to live on the government's dime. And now there's been a slight disruption to that system, and they're mad as hell. They are fuming. But never do you hear these people express any desire to take accountability for the situation that they are in.
struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have two, don't go having another one. If you have one, don't go having two more.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio.
So, yeah, it's not the taxpayer's job to take care of your family. Let's start there. The taxpayers didn't give you those kids. You brought them into the world, so it's your responsibility to feed them and take care of them, not the government's. When the government cuts food stamps, instead of crying about it, it's time to take action. You women should start getting a job, start selling something, or find a side hustle. The government and taxpayers are not going to feed you forever. At some point, you've got to stand up, take control of your life, and do what's necessary to provide for your family.
Everybody in the tri-state, if you live in New York, New Jersey, pay attention. If you are someone that's receiving SNAP benefits or WIC, just know November, they're taking those benefits. They're claiming because of the federal government shutdown, they're not giving out SNAP benefits in the month of November. So please budget your money when it comes to your SNAP benefits in October. Try not to spend it all. And if you did, I'm just really sad. I really pray for the poor families because I'm speechless right now.
See, I'm really sad. I pray for the poor families. You didn't give a damn about those families when you was voting Democrat. You didn't give a damn about those families when you was cheering for the federal government to flood those neighborhoods in New York with illegal immigrants. You weren't worried about it. As long as you knew you were getting yours, F this country. Who cares who comes in here? Guys, they were just giving illegal immigrants $12,000 worth of food stamps on SNAP cards. They were giving illegal immigrants $12,000 on SNAP cards. And you wonder why there's no money in the budget to keep welfare and entitlement programs going. Guys, the government has been shut down many times. The government has been shut down in November many times. Do you ever notice that none of those other times was there a threat to SNAP benefits or welfare benefits? The reason why your welfare benefits are underfunded is because your government under Joe Biden gave billions of dollars worth of government entitlement funds to illegal immigrants. That's what happened. That's the true story. And many of you cheered for it. Many of you got in the street and protested in favor of it. Now, there's not enough left for you, and you're complaining about, I feel sorry for these families. You know what? I feel sorry for the families too. That's why I vote the way I do. That's why I don't wait until it's a moment of desperation to make this right decision as a voter and an American taxpayer. But this is what we do. We wait till it's sitting on our doorstep, walking in the damn door, and then we want to try to do something about it. But it's too little too late. You guys, black folks especially should be on hip to the nonsense that the Democrats are always trying to pull. There has never been a time when they haven't been trying to hoodwink and bamboozle us. Never, ever. All of a sudden, they on our side against Trump. They were never on your side. They're never going to be on your side. You know who's on your side? Nasty Nate. When you need the $40. Guys, we watched Set It Off. All of us saw Set It Off. We remember Nate Andrews, the guy who loaned Stoney the money when she was trying to get the money together for her brother to go to college. Guys, listen. Nate manned up. Nate stepped the F up. He did what no one else was willing to do. That's why Stoney went to him. See, when we watch that movie, we like to vilify Nate Andrews. Oh, he's just some horny old man who was trying to take advantage of some desperate young woman who was in need of money. No, Nate Andrews was a pillar in the community. He was so strong and so sturdy and steadfast and reliable in that community that when Stoney needed thousands of dollars to send her brother to college, she immediately knew who to call. She immediately knew who to call. She performed the act that she performed many times for free. But only this time, it was in a healthy situation because she was actually able to gain something that she desperately needed that she otherwise would not have been able to gain from performing that act that she had done many times prior. In my mind, that's a healthy relationship. Hell, in the days of old, medieval times back in the day, even back in the 50s and 40s, Nate would have probably been married to Stoney. He would have noticed her. She would have noticed him. Back when women was thinking with their brain and not their damn ankle bone, that woman would have saw him and said, wow, he is an older man. He has resources that I need to survive. If I were to produce children with him, he has the means to take care of those children, and it would be just like that, and they would be married. But now, because so many women, black, white, Asian, whatever, have married the government, because so many women have married the government, they have no need for Nasty Nate anymore. They only need Nasty Nate after they've squandered their government assistance. The trick daddies ain't calling or ain't picking up their phone. Now they got to go call Nasty Nate and say, I'm in a bind, Nate. I need your help. I don't know why we act ignorant of this. We see it all. We see it every single day. We see it every single day. It's all over the African American or black community. It's all over. If you're on social media, I even see women glorifying it. Oh, I'm out trapping. No, you're out selling your ass. And if I go down in your little purse that you're walking around with, I promise you there's an EBT card in there. The EBT card now for many African American people is like a damn accessory. Everybody has one. Am I lying? Everybody has one. But where are the funds going? Because you've been getting EBT for 6,000 years and you still skinny as a rail hitting that Scante pipe. You've been getting food stamps for eons, but every time I go in your refrigerator after the 15th of the month, it's freaking empty. It's bone dry. Oh, I'm not just talking about black folks. Hispanics too. I bet you a good 40 to 60 to 80% of these Mexican restaurants y'all eating at, I bet you their food is supplied with food stamps. I remember a friend of mine, he's Hispanic. His mom and daddy got a little taco stand. He said, yeah, fool, we just use the EBT. Buy the ingredients and come out and cook it and make all this cash. Because if you really think about it, a taco stand on the side of the road, unless it's booming, financially is a losing effort. But if you're using that as a way to launder money from the EBT card to make it real tangible dollars, well, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. 4 or 5 women in the family get an EBT card. They buy all the ingredients. Y'all go out there and cook them. Mama stay at home with the kids. Daddy go out making tacos all damn night. Everybody's eating good in the neighborhood. This is nothing new. But I love the fact that the Democrat Party is in such desperation that the cracks in their armor are beginning to show, and we are now able to get a look into behind the scenes of what's really going on. And I honestly think this EBT situation is going to destroy them.
I don't get SNAP, but I remember those times where I did need it. So the families that do need it, like the families that's in homeless shelters, the moms that's not at work right now, the dads that are single fathers that are taking care of their kids, November, they're doing this right before the holidays, which is...
So let me get this right. Y'all don't want us on food stamps, right? Y'all prefer us to work. But in this economy, even people that's working need food stamps. And the saddest part about it is that a lot of these jobs not even hiring to begin with. So people that's on food stamps, a lot of them not even choosing to be on food stamps.
How would she know? Nobody's mad at you for being on food stamps. People are mad at you because you got $300 to $400 worth of weave hair in your head that you had to buy with cash money, and you're receiving food stamps. That's why people are mad. People are mad because there are women who go spend $700, $800 on a piece of hair off of Amazon. And then they proudly pull out their EBT card to pay for their groceries on the taxpayer's dime. Healthy, able-bodied folks who have just become accustomed to the government paying their way.
These jobs not even hiring like they should be. The job market is trash. And a lot of y'all in the comments like, well, you shouldn't need.
For these people, for these people, the jobs are never hiring. The job market is always trash. Job market could be booming. They're still going to say, oh, these jobs ain't hiring. Oh, these jobs, the job market is trash. Please, there's plenty of jobs out here. Donald Trump then deported thousands of illegal immigrants. That's thousands of jobs that's opening up. But are you trying to go look for them? Or are you sitting up feeling entitled and special because you got welfare benefits coming in, so you think you could get on the internet and lecture other people about how they're wrong for not wanting you to receive free money and free food at their expense, even though you are an able-bodied person who could get up and sass people all day on TikTok.
Food stamps. Y'all don't get this by now. We in a whole new world today, baby. Even a person making up to $100K a year could use some food stamps right now. You get what I'm saying? And when you get to a point where you're taking food out of people's mouths, it can get dangerous. People are going to start taking it. Do you hear me? People are going to start taking that food. They're not going in there asking no. They're going to start taking that food. Why? Because we have to eat. We have to eat. Point blank, period. People die if they don't eat. What do you mean it's crazy for people to say they're going to walk in the store and just take the food? What else are they going to do? Because let's be real about it. These jobs don't even pay people enough to even survive regardless. Then when we try to use the food stamps that's put in place for people that's struggling, that'd be the first thing they try to take away. You get what I'm saying? They think it's a game and it's nothing funny about it. So when these motherfuckers start walking in these stores and taking what they need for dinner for their families and their kids, I don't want to hear shit. Because it's a lose-lose situation regardless. With a 9-to-5, without a 9-to-5. You can work in 2 jobs and still struggling.
These people don't even feed their kids good off of food stamps. These people feed their kids noodles and hot dogs and shit every night. Maybe they'll put some chili on it if it's one of the kids' birthday. They use those SNAP benefits to pay for luxury items. They use those SNAP benefits to pay for luxury items. Nails, hair, crab legs. Some of these people go to their stores that give you alcohol in exchange for food stamps. I've seen it. Please, now it's about the kids. Every single year before now, them kids been neglected, and mama been out here. Mama gotta have a life too with the EBT card. I remember I had a friend. She would leave her EBT card with her kids, right? And they would take the EBT card and they would walk around the corner to Jack in the Box. And for whatever reason, this Jack in the Box accepted food stamps, the food part. And those kids would go to that Jack in the Box and go eat food, they would go to that Jack in the Box and they would buy food there every single day. Do you know how expensive Jack in the Box is every day? As you would think, the food stamps were depleted in a couple of days. And you know what they did after the food was gone? After the food stamps were gone, they continued to buy Jack in the Box. Only they would buy it with cash. And then when the cash was gone, it was noodles and beans and weenies and, all other kind of starvation, Spam and all the other type of starvation food. These people don't really need this money. A significant number of them don't really need this money. This money just helps them continue to live a certain lifestyle that they have become accustomed to? How come every woman in the video complaining about the food stamp card got a couple of $100 worth of weave hair in her head? But she's out here screaming about not having food stamps next month.
Jobs need food stamps. People that's on food stamps without a job can't get a job because the job market sucks. And even if they do have a job, they still can't fucking afford food. So y'all that's judging in the comments, well, why would you steal? People need to feed their families. Point blank.
This lady knows everything that's going on with the finances of a bunch of people whose group she's not a part of. I love it. They have every pre-recorded excuse, but have never experienced any of these things. They've never even attempted to go get a job. And I promise you, I don't care what state you're in and how good your welfare system is. There will come a time when you will have to figure out how to do things for yourself. That's why I think it's so ignorant that you got all these people talking about black empowerment, black liberation, and we fighting the fascists and the Nazis. Bro, you're not fighting crap. The government cut SNAP for 1 month, and everyone is hysterical. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do, to the point where they're openly threatening to steal and hurt people. This is about to be the summer of love 2.0, because now all the criminals are going to take to the streets and feel justified in doing ignorant shit because, oh, the government took my SNAP benefits. None of them want to go actually do the research, learn the details about what's going on so they can understand which side to support. Oh, it's just the government. Oh, blame the government. They did it. No. A lot of times you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself with your decision making. And the decision making was purely selfish. The decision making was purely selfish. So selfish, in fact, that you didn't even make the decision based on what's best for your own children. You only made the decision based on what mama could get if she sell the food stamps and spend the cash aid over at the mall every month. And that's what's going on. You never see these women's kids. That's because the kids at the grandma house. While mama running the street going buck wild with their money.
Period. Bye.
So what this woman is saying is that food stamps are no more, and now the only option left is stealing just to feed their kids. But let's be real, that's not the answer. The truth is, sometimes things don't work out for people in their jobs, and times can get hard. But that doesn't mean you should depend on food stamps forever or refuse to take a part-time job. You can't rely on the system for life. That's not how progress works. Instead of turning to crime or blaming the government, it's time to take responsibility and find another way. There are jobs, side hustles, and opportunities out there, but too many people have gotten comfortable depending on the government for everything. Now that the help is gone, reality is hitting hard. The real solution isn't stealing, it's standing up, working hard, and learning to build something of your own.
The government talking about no food stamps November. Or no food stamps because of the shutdown. No food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps, no food stamps. So people can't go get food right now. People will not be able to go buy food anymore. People can't even sell food stamps, even though that's kind of what they trying to stop people from selling food stamps. But the thing is, people selling their food stamps to people that need food because nobody can afford food at this given moment. So you know what, governments? I don't know if y'all thought this out all the way. Maybe y'all did. I don't know. But since y'all cutting everybody off of food stamps, y'all pausing food stamps, can't nobody buy no food. Guess what? Stealing. People, they got to get their food by all means.
See, and this is the point I be making. If you listen to the way these people talk and you listen to the way these people think, they don't see the rest of America. See, these are the same people who will act like, oh, I care about illegal immigrants. It's so sad what's happening. These people don't give a damn about nobody else. It's like y'all all live in the same house and they don't even know you here. Because as long as they get their food stamps and their welfare money, they don't even look up. They don't even look up to realize, hey, there are other people in this country. They think everyone lives the way they live. They think it's 40 million people receiving food stamps. It's like 350 million people in the United States. It's not even a quarter of the people living in this country. 40 million people receive food stamps, welfare. It's like 350 million people living in the United States. So there's 310 million people here who don't receive no type of government assistance. But the people on government assistance, and I'm not talking about the people who really, truly need it. I'm talking about the people who are just freeloaders. Those people don't even see you. That's how far removed they are from any thought of even joining the workforce. They don't workforce. They don't even know where the workforce is to join it. Their life starts at the first of the month and ends at the 15th when the money runs out. And it probably ends sooner than that because they have bad spending habits. And once the money run out, it's either you got a sugar daddy who paying, right? You got a little small part-time job that's paying, or you going out there to sell that box in exchange for the things you need. We know what's going on. Look at this girl face. What the hell you think she gonna do if she ain't got no food stamps? You go leverage vagina to get the things you want. And everyone knows that this type of mindset is unsustainable, especially the Democrats. They know there's no way forward trying to rally people who think like this as your base. But they're okay with using these people and weaponizing their ignorance if they feel it's going to help them get power. They don't care about what's right and what's wrong and what's fair and what's just and what's unjust. All they care about is, will these dummies go into a voter booth and pull the lever for Democrat in 4 years? Will these dummies do a mail-in ballot for the primary in 4 years so we can take back power? That's all they really care about. And if you got to crash and burn, or if they got to create a situation that does more harm than good, they're willing to do that. They're willing to do that. They don't care about these people. Why you think it was so easy for them to cut them off of food stamps? Y'all, white folks won't even forget to feed their dog. Listen to me. White folks won't even let their dog go hungry for a day. But the Democrat Party has cut people off of food stamps, and it's looking like they're going to allow people to go hungry for a month or more. Let that sink in. These people love their dogs more than they love you. And now you got the group that swear they don't need nobody for nothing. They're reeling. They're struggling. They're struggling because the free ride is coming to an end. And as much as I hate to see like kids starving, I hate to see people go without food, I believe that this is necessary. I believe that this is tough love. This is the epitome of tough love. So will you man up and try to help these women, and we gonna get them kids fed? I see people, men, black men, they all over my Facebook timeline talking about how they gonna get these kids fed, and if you need help, call them, and whoopty, 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 whoopty. Do you think we should do that? Or do you think we should let them suffer a little bit so they can appreciate what they have? That's the dilemma right here. Do we step up, or do we let them suffer so they can look up for long enough to say, you know what? It's more to this life than just me, 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 me. It's more to this life than just fake hair, fake nails, canicolon weave, you know what I'm saying? It's way more to this life than that. But you got these females, they're so entitled. Bro, there's a lady, they would not let her pay for her nails in a nail salon with EBT. You know, she went off on them people to the point where they had to call the police and get her ass arrested. She got arrested in front of her own daughter. That's how diabolical this is. She got arrested in front of her own kid because she did not want to accept the fact that that nail salon was not going to allow her to pay for her nails with food stamps. It's crazy. But this is really out here. These crazy people are really out here. And you know what the worst part is? You want to give them control of your government, which ultimately would mean you're giving them control of many aspects of your life. This is the part we're not thinking about. This is the part nobody wants to discuss. The uncomfortable conversations that need to be had. The uncomfortable conversations that need to be had among Black America and any other group that's dealing with a high level of degeneracy. Y'all sit up here, oh, well, the white man did it, and the white man did that. Listen, man, the white man built generational wealth. Despite what he did, he built institution to protect himself from you. It don't matter what he did. The only question your women are going to have for you is, why aren't you doing the same thing? The only question your kids going to have for you, well, daddy, if you know everything he did to get rich, why you ain't do it? Why you didn't go get rich? You don't want me to have nice things, daddy, like his kids got? Nah, baby, I was just too lazy. So I became an advocate activist so I could raise hell about things I don't even give a damn about, honestly. It's just ridiculous. It's really freaking ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting to see the way these people are carrying on. Hold on one second. I'm looking for this one video where this lady, she gets arrested outside of this nail shop. Where's this lady at? Dang, it's like it popped up a lot. It popped up so easily earlier. Now, I can't find it. This is diabolical. Is this it? Oh, damn. Where's this crazy ass lady at? I think if I type in pay for nails with EBT arrest. This was funny. The woman out here doing crime. Then when the cops decide to arrest her ass, oh, why y'all doing this in front of my daughter? Girl, you was out here sassing the police in front of your daughter, but now when the police, ready to get funky with you, all of a sudden, it's about the baby. Remind me of Almighty Suspect. Let me play this right here. Let me see.
Your food stamp card, then try to fight the whole salon.
How did this woman get arrested for...
She can't be serious.
How did this woman...
With your food stamp card, then try to fight the whole salon.
For what? What am I being detained for, officer? Right now, for public intoxication. Disorderly conduct.
Okay, so let's work. Let's work. Take off. What's up? Okay, what's up? Okay, what's up? Okay, what's up though? There's somebody who can call for this lady right here. Because she's not going nowhere but with her mother. Why is that? Am I going to jail? For what? For what? For what? What am I? Public intoxication. And this, because I cuss in public?
Nah, because you're drunk in public, which means you probably drove there drunk with your daughter in the car, or you got drunk off of those bottomless mimosas that the nail salons are giving nowadays for anybody who gets a full set. But the level of entitlement, man, the level of entitlement. And you want me to tell you why this type of culture with the welfare stuff, you want me to tell you why it breeds so much entitlement? Because when you have to work, you learn how to watch your mouth. When you have to work, you learn how to guard your tongue, bridle your tongue. Because you know you have to maintain a certain level of professionalism in order to retain your job. When I see the way this woman acts, I say this woman never probably even had a job. She's just been living on government assistance her whole life.
Really? That's really against the law?
She didn't pay for
That's really against the law?
She didn't pay for her services either.
Oh, no, because you said you were going to pay for them.
I did not say I was
Yes,
going to
you
pay.
did.
No, ma'am.
Yes, you did. Hey, hold on. Hey, no, you can't. No. No, you cannot. No. Hold on. No, you guys are not getting me in no.
So you went all the way to the nail shop with the hope that someone there, you will run into them and they'll be so nice to you, they'll pay for your nails. But watch her. No, you're not giving me the car. Watch how she act.
Car with my daughter right here, honey. Hey. Hey, my fucking daughter is right here. Hey, okay, let's go. Hey, no. Sir, can you please not do this in front of my daughter, honey?
With your food stamp.
This is par for the course. Now it's about, please don't do this in front of my daughter. She doesn't give a damn about her daughter. Because if you cared about your daughter, you wouldn't be there carrying on the way you are. No one who cares about their kid is going to try to have a confrontation with the police over something so ridiculous. Because everyone knows with the police, shit can get out of hand, bullets can start flying, anything can happen. The kids are just used as an excuse. The same way that most of you guys don't know who that is. But listen, the kids are simply used as a sad little sob story. Look at the kid. You're going to do this in front of my daughter. But if I was a cop, I would have been thinking, well, you're doing it in front of your daughter. You're doing it in front of your daughter. So why is it a problem for us to arrest you in front of your daughter? For these women and men too. But for these women, the kids are nothing more than a prop, which gets gets people to let their guard down so the criminal mama could take advantage of them and exploit them. That is it. You're not gonna do it. And then the little girl screaming and shit, you could just tell she's a little hood rat in training. Girl, if you don't just go right into character, go right into the seizure, go right into the little fake seizure that her mama taught her how to throw. If mama really get in trouble, just fall on the ground and start foaming at the mouth. These people train their kids to be complicit in their criminality. That's what they do. Imagine training your kid to drop. Listen, imagine telling your kid if mama ever get caught stealing and it look like she going down, fall on the floor and start foaming at the mouth and fake a seizure. That's how these people raise their kids. I got an auntie. God bless her soul. She literally raised her children to steal. She literally taught her children, when we go in the store, whatever y'all want, y'all better grab it and try to pocket it. I heard her say that. She told her kids, when we go into the store, if you see something you want, you better grab it, put it in your pocket, and walk out the store. So mama gonna be in there really doing some shopping, but if you know how most kids and parents don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing when we get in the store. Hell no. She told her kids, when we get in this store, y'all see something, y'all better grab it and pocket it. Lifelong criminals. And guess where they are now? On drugs, in jail, all messed up. Well, what do you expect when your mom taught you how to be a damn degenerate and glorified it like it was the right thing to do? It's absolutely crazy. It is absolutely effing crazy when you see how these people raise their children. But the good thing about this is, now's your time to be a man. You have a chance to step up. Because in fear of the $40 fire sale, these women are now reaching out to men who they otherwise would not even be interested in, even in the slightest way. They are now reaching out to these successful middle-class men saying, hey, I know I shut you down in high school, but now times is kind of hard and I don't have 2 nickels to rub together. So maybe we can get together for a cup of coffee, a cup of Joe. I watched that Caleb Hammer audit show, right? And what's funny is when they do that show, they do like audits, couples audits. And now what I'm noticing is on that show, a lot of the couples, they're usually white people, but the women are simply just using the men. They don't have any real romantic feelings for the man. They're just using him. There's kind of like a common theme. They don't want to work. They're highly opinionated, because that's what feminism did. It made women extremely opinionated about everything, even things they know nothing about, which is crazy, right? So they're highly opinionated. They don't want to work because working is hard. But they also don't want to sleep with you because, well, he's not the person I'm truly attracted to. But you'll use him to take care of yourself and pay all your bills and everything like that. And look, I don't even need to show videos, because if you're being real about the situation, you know that it's happening. You know every single thing I'm saying is true. So the question to you, fellas, what are you going to do? Are you obligated to help because these are women in distress? Or do you stand back and let a group of women that have utterly rejected men, utterly rejected submission, utterly rejected the natural order of things, right? Do you let them learn from the best teacher? My granny used to say, experience is the best teacher. Remember they was calling all those other women pick-me's? Ooh, it's giving pick-me, it's giving pick-me, it's giving pick-me. Well, that might be giving pick-me, but their situation is giving EBT. And they cut the wick off too. No milk, nigga, no kicks. No cheese, no eggs, no wick. They crying about that too. But see, with the wick, you can't buy fake weave hair. With the wick, you can't get fake nails. That's why you don't hear them going crazy about the wick like they're doing with the AFDC with the welfare. That's the one where they were able to exploit and fraud. So that's the one that they're complaining about. All I know is they better get in these food banks. They better try to do some community cookouts. Listen, man, the price of rice and beans don't never go up. The cost of rice and beans don't never go up. You better go slaughter you a chicken. You better go get a turkey, one of those cans of turkey spam, and have you a good Thanksgiving. You better go get you a couple of Cornish hens and make you some arroz con pollo. And guess what? Maybe you can save them. Who am I to stop you? And who am I to tell you you can't do it? Because honestly, I'm not going to lie. I think after this experience, there's going to be millions of women who are like, man, I just want to find me a man. This shit's too hard. Will you be the man that they find? Or are you just going to cuck it up and sit on the sidelines and wait until they get back empowered and they looking, turning their nose up at you saying, oh, you don't deserve me. Oh, you ain't no good. Oh, we can't go to Olive Garden. Oh, we can't go to Cheesecake Factory. You know, this nonsense. Even the way these women approach dating, you can tell that it's people who are very entitled and they basically have some type of like unfair advantage over everybody else. I'm telling you. I was driving around today. I ain't seen so many women looking inside my car in years. They all looking for a sugar daddy though. Because them food stamps is drying up, baby. The manna from heaven is drying up. And now they out here looking for nasty Nate. Nate, I need that money. You said you have $40. The $40 fire sale is coming. Here's your chance to man up. Here's your chance to be a man again. What will you do? Until the next time, thank you for watching this. I appreciate every single thing you do for me in this channel. Please take care of yourselves, but most importantly, take care of each other. Peace.